Hey, what's up, Badgers? This is Oscar again, coming to you live from the KCC Spin Podcast Studios over here in Building 2. We just want to, wish you a happy holidays coming up, soon. I hope you completed your finals and you did really well. And if you didn't, it's all right. We can work on that. But hopefully you're having a good time and having some good time to relax and enjoy some time with friends, family, or whoever you're with. This is episode 6, and today, we're going to call it Real Talk. I have a special guest with me today, and I really feel like this is going to be a treat for any of us because this is a little bit different than what we've been doing on our podcast. A lot of good information, a lot of academic stuff that we've been talking about, but some of you guys know me. I really like to, get to know people that are making an impact in their lives or in people's lives, and we just want to pick their brains and get to know them. I had a privilege to run into a student recently at the lobby in Building 9, and I had seen him before, and just checking in, saying hi, talking here and there, and I was impressed, and I left with the mark in my heart about the passion and the motivation that he has to just kind of tackle life. So you're going to hear from him today. And then, I hope you guys enjoy it. And like I said, I hope you watch this and share it and like it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. So like I said, we're just trying to grow a different method of communicating with students, with community members, and with families. So without further ado, Kevin with 2 V's. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited you're here,
I'm excited
man.
to be here. Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this, I don't know, like months ago.
Yeah, I think it was right at the beginning of this term. Yeah.
Yeah. You were like, oh, man, I'm trying to do the thing myself.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, man, we're trying to learn too. And I'm excited. I've been following you on Facebook, and I appreciate what you're doing there. I hear your little short messages, and they motivate me, man, and it's really cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about where you're at with KCC as a student, and then we'll just dive in a little bit into what you got to say, man.
Yeah, so I got 1 term left, and I'll have my associate's degree in business with an emphasis on management. I work here at the school as well. I work for as a TA for Math 105 for George Harpham.
Okay.
As well as I'm a peer mentor over in Trio, helping with specifically to Math 105. It seems to be a pretty difficult course. It's just a lot of work. It's real busy. And yeah, that's kind of, I'm coming on I only planned on staying at KCC for a year originally.
Yeah. I think that's the first conversation we had in the parking lot of 7. You're like, no, I'm only here for a year, man.
Well, I wasn't really, I wasn't sure about it, man. It was out of my comfurt zone.
Yeah.
I come from a different, just a different path. I wasn't on the education path.
Right.
And so, yeah.
So how much more do you have left here at KCC?
So I got 1 term. We're at the tail end of this term, and after winter term, I went ahead and petitioned to graduate last week.
Sweet.
So yeah, I'll be winter term, and I'm all finished.
You'll be around spring to walk on the stage and
yeah,
everything?
yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be there. We'll be celebrating you, man.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, life hasn't been easy, man.
No, it hasn't.
Right? And going through schools hasn't been that easy either.
The outside of school, we still have lives outside of school that we got to take care of, right? And there's been some things going on that haven't been the easiest,
Right.
But, yeah.
So, without sharing much about what you've shared with me, I want to give you an opportunity to tell me about just a little bit about your life, a little bit about your videos you make on Facebook, and then just the way you're looking at life now, and a little bit of why you're looking at life this way now, man.
Yeah, cool. Let's start out. I'm going to give a shout out to Survival of the Sickest.
Right.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, either at Kevvin Marvin. Kevin's got 2 V's in it, or Survival of the Sickest. You'll find me. Hard to miss. So now I want to go into basically what the school did for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a bit of a criminal history. I'm not going to say suffered, even though it was suffering, but I put myself in the situation of the disease of addiction, and it was after years and years of that, I think that what I noticed from coming here and starting school is that my confidence wasn't as high as I thought it was. There was a lot of I call them demons, but a lot of characteristics that I had that I wasn't I was very insecure about certain things, and so my first year, because of my past, I wanted to be a drug and alcohol counselor. And a year in, when I thought I'd be finishing, I had so many things that had happened, right, upstairs in my mind. Became and outside life too. My daughter, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and getting back involved in her life, and just everything going on. And I realized that wasn't the way I wanted to help people, right? I just wanted to be away from addiction, right? But I still wanted to help, right? And so what I do is I have this message, and my message, survival of the sickest message, is resilience, right? And basically it's if I can do it, you can do it. Yeah. Okay. And when I say that, okay, when I started here at KCC, like I said, my confidence, it wasn't as high as I put on the facade to be, right? Sure. Yeah. And I came here and I basically got involved, right? I got involved in trio. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah. I mean, I was starting at ground zero. I was 30 years old and starting over, right? Yeah. And so I was just like, well, I'm just going to get involved, right? Because we don't grow when we're comfortable, right? For sure. So I had to get uncomfortable and start putting myself out there, right? And real quickly, I built confidence around the things that I know how to do, man. Like I know how to, I know how to use schools. Or computers. I am literate. I happen to be really great at math. Got myself positioned in math, right? And so that confidence, and not only the confidence, but the fact that for a long time I didn't have responsibilities. I lived a life with no structure, right? And so in that life of no structure, I wasn't used to responsibilities. You know what I mean? Paying bills, and taking care of the kid and going to school. And so having a caseload, okay, my courses and the modules. What it did for me is coming out here is I was able to look at these modules, all right, and okay, this is my responsibilities for the week, right? Is to get these done, and so that got me acclimated and started putting myself back in a position for taking on responsibilities. Well, now, I turn away and I've taken the bull by the horns. You know what I mean? I have sole custody of my little girl. I work for the school. Survival of the sickest. It's reaching people. Yeah. You know what I mean, that message of strength, man. Because if anybody catches me one-on-one, I'll give you more on my story. For sure. Okay? But I promise you this: if I can do it, you can do it. There's not a doubt in my mind. I don't care where you came from, what you've done. You can do it, and it's a great place to start if you don't know where you're going. Right. It's a great. I didn't really know. Yeah. I was on the general in the beginning, and then I realized that my mind, it wants to make things happen, and the entrepreneurial mind, and Linda Williamson, she kept asking me all the time, when are you coming to take one of my classes? Yeah. When are you coming over here? And so I finally told her one day, I said, hey, I caved. I'm going to switch. I'm changing everything. I'm changing the whole plan. I'm coming in. Yeah. And then she convinced me to participate in Badger Venture. Yeah. And that's when that right there is when I realized I wanted to be in front of people. Right? Because a partner of mine, all we wanted to do was go through Badger Venture so we could use the resources. Right. Okay. And we didn't even have an idea. We sat in that car, me and my partner, we formulated a plan. He was good with the data analysis side, the tech side. I was better with the getting in front of people, color coordination, organization, being loud. And we ended up taking first in Badger Venture, which is quite a achievement for somebody like, and he's my partner, similar past to me, and done in similar, things. And, so it's a pretty big deal to be able amazing, to, man. Just the confidence, really. Yeah, Badger Ventures is I speak it loud. I'm like, just try it, I mean, get some research from that. There's literally nothing to lose. Yeah, and a lot to gain. Yeah, a lot to gain. And I was wanting to work with the SBDC. I wanted to take the classes that they offered, and so I asked Linda. I said, well, can I just go through the hoops and not participate? And she goes, no, you have to participate. I was like, all right, I guess. And then, come to it was. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. That's what Linda does, man. Linda's great. Shout out to Linda Williamson, our professor. Woman. Yeah, let me get into another question, Kevvin. So, as someone that, like I said, I've been following your Facebook messages and stuff. Holidays are right around the corner, man. And things that you've shared with me off camera and off of things, I think it's a struggle sometimes that we. Whatever we might be dealing with. Not everybody's the same thing, right? But we're dealing with issues, mental issues, physical issues, addictions, whatever. You talked a little bit about New Year's resolutions. I heard it, I think this morning, actually, as I was getting ready. And, you left me thinking. I mean, I was like, wow, that's really good. So
Why don't you share a little bit of that message and where that came from, and you know, kind of how you got to that thought process?
So here's the thing about New Year's, okay? And you know, and most of these videos that I post, they either come just trail of thoughts, and I'll leave a note in the phone, and then I'll throw them together, you know. And so New Year's resolutions came into play because I'm big on goal setting, like executing goals, moving forward. And when I started thinking about New Year's resolution, to be honest with you, I looked it up on ChatGPT. I said, what are the top reasons? You know, I mean, give me some prompts, give me something I can work with, right? And because the thing about New Year's resolutions, and I think a lot of us know this at this point, right, is that we're done with our New Year's resolution by the end of January. We've given up. We've done quit.
Gym memberships.
Yeah, we didn't make it. You pay on the gym membership for 6 months.
30-day trial.
Yeah, right. And so you know, this morning I shared the message around. You know, not being specific enough, lack of specificity, right? And here's the thing: even the non-dreamers, they'll tell you that they don't dream. They're dreaming too, man. Yeah. Making a comment like, "I want to lose weight." Yeah, it's a dream. You know what I mean? Until you do something about it, right? Making a comment like I want to learn to cook. Okay, we can't go into New Year's saying that I'm going to learn to cook. Okay, it's too broad, right? It's not specific enough, right? So if you want to learn to cook, make a goal to cook at least one new meal a week that you've never done, right? Now you're making steps towards the dream, right? And I mean, I think that really, and just what came to it is just that like where the whole idea came from is goals are huge. Like, we're human, right? We're meant to evolve, and we're meant to move forward, right? Whether your goal is to ace that final, okay, or your goal is to turn all your assignments in and not be late on it. You know, setting those goals and executing them, right? Right. So if we set those goals smaller, right, and we reduce, you know, make them small, SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable. Gotta help me out here.
Specific, measurable, attainable.
But you know, look them up. SMART goals. It's a cliche, and it's a key staple to follow. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what they come around, and I'll be honest, man, I don't really have a direction with my videos. Like I don't have you're not going to know what to expect on the next one, right? And that's because it's all surrounded growth mindset, right? It's all on growth mindset, from emotions to from dealing with our emotions and learning to respond rather than react to situations, to people in recovery and who are dealing with substance abuse and things like that. You know, the messages they're all the way across the board. Just the growth mindset, you know, to move us forward. Anything that would hopefully resonate with somebody to make you better, man. Yeah, 1% better. 1% better, right?
This is really good. I actually, in my office, I have a frame that says, "Be 1% better today."
1% better, yeah.
Final thought. You know, as you're almost done here with KCC as a student, you've also gone through live experiences. You just mentioned you had a daughter. Yeah. We have a lot of, we get a lot of 18-year-old kids that come to KCC fresh out of high school. We get a lot of non-traditional students. They kind of took a gap year, or I was one that took 12 years off before I came to college, right? What would be one what's the best advice you can give in two phases? One, a personal advice, and one as a student at KCC.
You know, I think that terrible on me. So I think that okay. So tell me the questions.
So a personal advice, just from your personal experience of life and everything. Yeah. And then just as a KCC student, what would be one advice that you'd give someone coming to
you? Know, I'm going to put this one, and it's not going to be in two parts. It's going to be in one. Okay. Because it's the same bit of advice, and that is to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay, because when we're uncomfortable, I mean, I can do some stuff for KCC students as well, but the big message, man, is become comfortable with being uncomfortable, because we don't grow when we're comfortable. We just don't, right? If anything, when we're comfortable, we slowly start to recede, right? We get too stagnant. For KCC students, put yourself out there. Okay, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah. Put yourself, get involved. Some people are just jumping through the hoops. Don't just jump through the hoops. Get involved and trust the process.
It's good, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you
yeah.
talking to us, man. Tell us again your Facebook page for your videos.
So there's basically my name, Kevvin Marvin, Kevvin.
Okay.
Is my first name, and then Marvin, and then it's Survival of the Sickest. I think it might be Survival of the Sickest 24 on Instagram, but play around with it. There's not too many of them. You'll be able to find me.
Are you just on Facebook and Instagram right now?
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm hoping to here when school slows down a little bit. I'm hoping to start pushing them onto YouTube and things like that. But one man, it's hard to keep
man.
up with multiple, all the social media.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that I don't do, but people here do it. And it makes it look so easy, man. So.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
For sure, man. Kevin, I appreciate your message. I appreciate, seeing you a year ago and you told me, no, I'm going to be done quick. And now you're here and then you're going to graduate. And I just love the energy you bring, man. And honestly, I think if any young person is out there, you just need to talk to someone and be like, wow, if he did, I could do it. Like Kevin's the guy to get to, find him in Trio, find him somewhere. Just be like, man, I saw the podcast.
I mean, you can, younger guys, older guys too.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
I'm very transparent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super open. I don't hold back. And one-on-one, I have no problem letting somebody know, what is possible, man. Anything, it's not it might be a cliche, but really anything's possible.
Sure.
Anything's possible. Set your mind to it. So.
I appreciate it, man. I thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, have a happy Christmas and a New Year's, and finish strong. Finish the year strong, and let's see you guys in January for winter term. But hope you guys enjoy this and have a good one.
Let's go.